Hey folks, on my way to Lake Somerville State Park, Birch Creek Unit, for the first motocamping trip of 2023. This is also the very first motocamping trip that I'll be taking on the Triumph Tiger. A lot of firsts here today on this trip. First time I'm going to be loading this bike up for a long distance touring and for motor camping, and also first time that I'm going to be using or wearing these CD Adventure clothes. You won't be able to see my face, but the first time I'm wearing these CD Adventure 2 boots, and so far I have not missed one shift, not a single shift that I missed. So pretty good, very comfortable. It's pretty much 58 degrees right now. I've been riding here in 58 to 60 degrees all the way, and it's bloody cool. I've got an underlayer underneath this jacket, and one thing, that the heat from the Triumph engine is keeping my thighs nice and warm, and of course the boots are warm themselves, so everything is fine. I don't have any heated grips or heated seat turned on right now. But yeah, I'm probably about 10 miles from the park, and I'm only staying here one night. I'm just staying overnight and returning home tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day before Thanksgiving, so I've got to be back. But yeah, weather is supposed to, we had a cool front come through yesterday, I guess, and so the temperature dropped like I don't know, at least 15 degrees. So but yeah, so far loading up the bike has been great. These panniers are working out great. I've got some lockable straps to show you, and I'll catch you back up at the campground. Oh. There's nobody there. I vaguely remember this place. Park headquarters. Okay. Open. Guess I gotta go in and get my stuff. Heading towards my site 100. Oh. 99. I'm almost there. There's a trail right next to my site. Damn it. Okay. That was quicker than I thought. At least it's not so windy here. Okay. I don't think. Well, it's not leaning too much, but okay. Lakeside 100. I don't know if that's the lake trail there. No, that's not really a trail. But I guess I'll be setting up anywhere I want. This looks like a good spot right here. Well, these are my locking straps. I got them off Amazon. Lovinouse is the brand. It's just a Chinese strap. It comes with 3 steel cables in it, as opposed to I believe the steel core is the other manufacturer that is kind of popular. These straps are often marketed for people who want to tie their kayaks onto the roof of their vehicles, but they also can work as soft pannier straps. You just pass them behind, like I've done here, pass them behind the pannier racks, and then you can lock the bag to the rack. Yes, pretty good. It's good against the casual thief who would want to cut this with a knife maybe, but if you've got some strong shears, you can cut it. These are 10-foot straps that I bought, and I had to cut them to about 7 feet. So, and then tuck the excess here. So I've got enough excess here to allow me to go over something else on top. But yeah, it gives you peace of mind if you're on the road and you want to stop at a restaurant or something like that. Then you've got the panniers locked on the bike with these lockable straps. And I'm going to take them off now because I just arrived at the campground. Try to do this with one hand. And then you open it up like that, and there's a cam here. The strap passes through. As you can see, it passes through underneath and comes around. So that kind of locks it in place, and then you just press down on this and pull the strap back out, and you got it off. There it is, all coiled up. It comes with this Velcro strap that you can use to tie the strap up when you're finished, and there it is. Pretty good. I'll put a link in the description below as well as on the screen. Now I did manage to find items to put in these 6-liter crash bar bags, and one of them is I think it's on this one here, is my jacket. So I think I'm gonna get out of my riding jacket and put this jacket on. This is a down-filled puffy jacket, Hardland. And in the bottom there I've got my swim trunks, which I've got several of them, so this one can live in that bag. And it'll always be ready for when I go camping. On this side I've got some other soft stuff as well. Not really clothes, but I think I've got my camping towel in there. Probably not going to use that because I'm just staying overnight, and I don't expect to have a shower until I get home. So I probably won't open that one. In my top box I've got this thing that lives in here. It's got my rain gear and all of that stuff. Safety kit, tire repair kit. This is my laptop, food, and I got my camera equipment in there. I don't like to put that in the side bags. In the panniers, in case I go down, then they'll be squashed. There's a lot of equipment in there. So this is my Oxford T50 dry bag. I usually bring this. It usually has all my camping stuff, but if you notice this time I'm packing a little bit differently because I got more space in the panniers. I do not have my tent and all of that in a dry bag. All of that stuff, a lot of that stuff is fitted to the right pannier, and I'm going to show you that in a little while. But what's in here actually is my tent and my cot, as well as my kitchen. But the thing is, they're on the bottom, and I don't like that. So since today is an experiment, today's trip is an experiment, next time I'm gonna probably put those on top of those panniers. You know, one on each side, the tent on one side and the cot on the other side. I don't mind if it goes up higher than the rear seat. And then this one will just be a little bit smaller, and it'll just have all my kitchen stuff. Main reason I don't like these two inside this bag is because I put them on the bottom. They've got to go on the bottom. And when I get to camp, I like to set up my tent first. Probably put the tent over there. I like to set up the tent first, which means I got to take all this stuff out before I can actually set up my tent. This is the right pannier. And in this pannier, I've got my camping stuff. And that there used to fit in one of the dry bags. This is the vestibule for the tent. I'm not going to set that up this time. And a lot of this stuff here fitted in that dry bag that I don't have. But one of the new things that I've got is this. And what this here is something that I just bought. It came yesterday. It came yesterday from Amazon. And it's a foil, aluminum foil insulated mat. So this will go on top of my tent mat, my ground sheet, and underneath the tent. So between the ground sheet and the tent, this will go. So that's pretty good. This is what it looks like. Not very thick, but it's quite flexible, and they said it's fairly durable. We don't know. I don't know how durable that is, but yeah. So I'll put that down underneath my tent. Now this left side pannier is where I'll be keeping my clothes. So everything in here is stuff that I wear. This is my clothes cube. Don't have much in there because, like I said, it's only a short trip. Sneakers, I think I'm gonna, normally I get some slip-on shoes for camping, but this time I didn't bring them. I brought these sneakers. So I'm going to put those sneakers on because it'll be easier for me to, or maybe, and there's my CPAP down here. You can see into the bag real good now, huh? Toiletries at the bottom there. And we should be charging up. It's my toiletries bag here. Keep that there. Maybe I'll use my slippers because I'm going to be going into the tent now to set up. So keep these two guys here and go put on my my flip-flops. So I'm inside the tent now and I'm about to put this beautiful thing here together. It's a tight squeeze inside this little tent, but I have done it in the past and I will do it again. See, the cot is assembled and ready for use. Yeah, it's not a hell of a lot of room after the cot is in here. It takes up a little bit, probably 60% of the width of the tent, but that's fine. Now there's a proper frying pan. Not the little pan that I had before. Just frying up some pork. And I'm going to have it with some green beans and some mashed potatoes. There's some mashed potatoes here. Roasted garlic mashed potatoes. I've got the water boiled over there in my new kettle. I'm going to reboil that when this is done. I got two stoves. I got another stove there. So got that, and I got my green beans. I might even just dump these green beans in there when this is done cooking. Yep, that smells great. Supper tonight. Pan-fried country-style pork, green beans, mashed potatoes. Good morning. It's now just about 7 o'clock, and I just got up out of the sleeping bag, and it's 39 degrees. And it feels like, I think it says it feels like 36. So it's pretty cool. I've got this Timberland, I forget the name. It's a great jacket. I bought this some time ago, and this is the first trip that I'm wearing it, and it's worked out real good. It turned out to be quite the necessity on this trip. Yesterday it was cool enough. I was up to about, I think, at supper time, after supper. When I went to bed, it was probably like 48 degrees, something like that. I was quite comfortable in it, and I slept all night, most of the night. You know, as much as you can sleep in a tent. Although I do have my nature hike sleeping bag, which did a very good job last night, and up to this morning I was still nice and warm. It could be warmer, but I was under the hood, and as a matter of fact, during the night I was actually too warm. I've got these pants on. These pants are flannel lined, so these jeans are really good. This was actually you know, saved my bacon here with it being so cool. And of course I had to sleep with socks on. So I've got my socks, my warm pants, I've got a long sleeve t-shirt, and this, well, I didn't sleep in the down jacket. So just with the long sleeve t-shirt and these pants and these socks in this sleeping bag, and on top of my climate static V sleeping pad, which I note seems to have gone down a bit. It doesn't seem to be too, I did not blow it up too much, but still it should have been more air in it than that. Anyway, this is not insulated, so because and it packs down real small, so that's a good advantage of this. But yeah, up until I just got up, I was pretty warm. Now I'm up in the tent and not so warm. Yes, I'm going to be getting up in a little while and making some breakfast, and then breaking camp. It's gonna warm up a little bit here in a little while. When I say warm up, it's not going to get a heck of a lot warmer today. Hopefully it'll get a bit more comfortable. I got to get moving around. I probably am going to put my boots on. The boots are right here outside the tent, and there's my flip-flops that worked so well last night or yesterday evening. Ain't gonna cut it this morning. The other thing I didn't mention is this aluminum, you can barely see the edge there, this aluminum ground sheet underneath here. Man, I think that works really well. I'm sitting on the floor here. Yes, I can feel some cool, but it's not anywhere as bad as, you know, it could have been. So really good. Yeah, this is definitely must have for camping. Definitely part of my permanent camping kit. Almost fits perfectly to the footprint of the Monger. I'm sitting right now on my Teton Sports or something like that, inflatable pad, and aside from the comfort, that also keeps the cold off my butt. But yeah, I just wanted to say that that foil pad as a good addition to my kit. Poor duck. Time for some breakfast. I've had this Bannock mix here in this bag for a couple of years now. I don't know how good it is. I'm going to give it a shot. Either way, I eat it or I throw it out. I just add some water to this in the bag, mix it up into a dough, flatten it, and then fry it. This is native stuff, Native American stuff, flatbread. Keep adding water until the consistency is right, and
flatten it out, put it in the pan. Priming the old gas stove. Hopefully she lights now. The idea being you've got to heat up that hot enough so that the gas vaporizes when you light it, or it turns into a blue flame anyway. Should be coming now. You can hear it. That's gonna burn off. Universal stove. This stove is the best. Need some oil, get that a little bit warmed up, and then I put my bannock inside. I don't particularly want to get my hands dirty, so I'm gonna have to spoon that out. Well, I didn't do a great job of mixing this up, and I think my fire might be a little bit too high, but I'm going to flip it over and then put a lid on it and see what happens. This lid comes with this collapsible pot. I'm going to do a review of that. The kettle worked a treat. Well, there's the kettle. And I got it as a part of a set with that pot. And the lid fits my pan perfectly. So I can kind of introduce a kind of a steaming effect there. Hopefully, this stove is so powerful. It can run on white gas, it can run on canister gas, or it can run on gasoline. And that's one of the reasons why I bought this. But and it's very powerful. But this lid here is quite cool. That I can steam whatever I want. I can hopefully get that bannock to kind of rise a little bit. I smell a little burning, so maybe I should check on it. The small pieces were burning, and I just pitched them out to the pan. And I've got my pan back on there. Let it cook for a couple more minutes. I got a couple of eggs I'm gonna fry up. I don't have any bacon this time, and I'm gonna have eggs and bannock. Well, there's my bannocks. Butter's a little bit hard. No wonder, because it was outside in the top box of the bike overnight, and it went down to close to freezing. Well, 39 degrees anyway. But let's see how the eggs are coming. I think they're done. I don't want them any more done than that. So pull them out. Put my kettle on. Whoa. It's stuck to that pan there slightly. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully it didn't melt. Stuck to the cover, I mean. Pan when I just momentarily rested it here. Stuck to the cover. Hope I didn't buckle it or anything. Looks a little buckled. Yeah, that cover's buckled, I think. Oh, darn. Ruined. Camping breakfast of champions. I've got a couple of fruits as well in my kit. Never mind that. I got a juice box. Oh, I should drink that. Leftover from Halloween. Nutritious. There's a couple of fruits in there to keep the nutrition up. Let's dig in. Well, my 2-year-old whole wheat bannock could have been better. I could have mixed it up some more, but then again, it's kind of old, so I'm not surprised it didn't turn out all that great. It's supposed to be a little bit more bready than it is. But anyway, I think it's a great thing. Bannock is probably the best thing to bring camping, because then you don't have to bring bread. My butter's melted a bit. And yeah, easy to prepare. Just got to keep it fresh and mix it up well. So what can I say about sleeping in colder weather? I never sleep with pajamas, but I do have pajamas at home. In this colder weather, I'm going to be packing some flannel pajamas. I learned my lesson last night. It was quite comfortable, I mean, all things considered. I did sleep with this long sleeve. It's just a thin. I rode in this. I rode in this yesterday. So I slept in this long sleeve t-shirt or jersey or whatever it is. It's pretty thin. And these jeans, these flannel line jeans, they really did a good job. And some socks. And worked great. Only thing is they were a little bit restrictive, that's all. That's the only reason I'm gonna get some pajamas for camping. Because at home I don't sleep with pajamas at all, so just for camping. But other than that, I wouldn't change a thing. Maybe get a better sleeping pad. I've got to think about that, because that climate uninsulated one is good for summer, but not really good for cooler weather. But now is the time to go camping. I left all of that. Wasn't all that great, but I've got a persimmon and an apple. So, and then I still got some coffee and some of that cherry junk juice. I'm gonna finish that off too. Well, here's my new pot, and I'm a little disappointed, but then again, probably is my fault, because I used this lid not with this pot. I've never used this pot yet, but I used this lid with my frying pan, and as you can see, there's some buckling there. Oop. And there's even more buckling on this side. As you can see, it's all buckled there. It's got some bubbling, some kind of bubbling going on there, and it's deformed. You can see the edge there, and it's deformed right there. So, I don't know. The thing is, this came with this, and the heat that this lid would see from this pot is nowhere near to the heat that it would see from that frying pan. So I caused this damage. I don't know how to straighten that out, and you probably can't buy this lid all by itself. Like I said, I got this off of AliExpress. So the only way I can get around that is to buy another one of these pots. Hate to do that. Well, what can I say about the Triumph? Getting here was a dream. Riding, of course, yesterday was very windy. It was a lot of wind. I mean, well, I don't know if there were wind warnings, but put it this way, the bike was leaned over for most of the ride. And so it was windy, very windy and cold. But the bike performed great. I mean, I've got that rear suspension on 17 as suggested by the manual for rider and luggage. As you can see, I've got my panniers on, and I've got the top box, and I had my dry bag on the back plus my weight, and it handled like a dream. So yeah, this is a long distance machine. Can't say enough. I really enjoyed coming up here yesterday on the Tiger. In the back roads, it felt so secure. I obviously didn't ride it off-road, but getting here on the roads and on the back roads was perfect. Well, that was a great camping trip. Turn off my music before I get demonetized. Yeah, that was a great camping trip. It was a little cold last night, but nothing that my gear couldn't handle. I just got to make a couple of tweaks, and then I'll be good. The bike is pretty heavily loaded. One of the things that I didn't do last night that I should have done was turn the bike around facing outwards when it was unloaded. This morning it was pretty sketchy, but anyway, I didn't drop the bike, and I'm on my way now, and yeah, should be about, I don't know, hour and a half it says. Yeah, hour and a half to get home. Not too bad. So how did the Tiger do? Tiger did great. This is a good shakedown trip. The soft panniers did wonderfully. So what if they can't, you know, there isn't a lid at the top that can easily latch down and lock. That didn't, you know, pose a problem for me. As you know, I've got the
The lockable straps, I'm not using the lockable straps now, obviously, because I'm going home, and I don't expect to stop, except for I think I might stop for gas. But other than that, no, it's been great. Everything fits. One thing I will say is that I have changed my my packing strategy, and right now, in an effort to get rid of that dry bag, that green dry bag I used to use, I put my tent and my cot in my 50-liter dry bag that's on the back, my Oxford dry bag, and it's a little tight. So like I said, I'm going to get some rock straps or something like that, and they're going to live on top of the SysBags. I'm going to strap them onto the SysBags, and they're going to live outside, and that's going to be perfect. Then I'll have lots of room inside the Oxford T50 bag. So yeah, great shakedown trip. Can't wait to go again. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that with these panniers on, and with all that wind yesterday, I only managed to get about 36 miles a gallon. I just reset the mileage data, and right now it's showing 38. There's a bit less wind today, so it should improve a little bit, but if I get 40, I'll probably be lucky.
Well, I'm back home after a very successful Shakedown camping trip, and this is the bike as it is loaded up, fully loaded up. You can see I've got this Oxford Aqua T50 bag, as well as the panniers full, and the top box is also full. So that's it. Got a couple of soft straps here tied onto the SW Motech rack, removable rack, and comes over. And I've got a couple of rock straps attached. This one's got a kind of a stain on it. Don't know where that comes from. And then a couple of bungee cords down to the passenger foot pegs. That holds that on quite nicely. As you can see, it's kind of like jammed just on the inside of the pannier, so it's not going to go anywhere side to side. And this, I've got lots of room here. The most room of any bike that I've had so far. More than the Tracer and definitely more than the RS. How she travels under load like this, well, I ended up getting 47 miles a gallon on the way back. From the camping trip. On the way up, I got about 36, and on the way back, I got 47. And that was going at between 65 and 70. Sometime I was cruising at 65 most of the time, and after a while, I switched to 70. And yeah, so the mileage was 47. There was a bit of wind again today, and you can see there's a little bit of a gap here. This could be pushed back even further. There was a bit of wind today again. So even with that wind, I was still doing pretty darn good mileage, 47 miles a US gallon. Tank bag, oh God, lots of space. Tons of space. I've got my water in there. I got other stuff in there. I've got battery charge, and it's not even in the expanded configuration. So yeah, this bike, as it sits right now, will go anywhere for any length of time that I would want to go. Yeah, I can go to Canada on this bike, no problem. Multi-day trips. I've got the same clothes. I don't have my full clothes packed for like an extended, trip, but the same clothes cube that I use. I just put some more clothes in there and I'm good. So space is not a problem. Yep, very, very pleased with this. She's a winner. Thumbs up.